Hey, brothers and sisters. Today's November 8th, 2023. And I'm just going to replay a video that I did about 6 months ago of a dream that I had. And then I'm going to share an article that I received today in my email that I believe is connected to this dream. So here we go. Today is April 18th, 2023. Earlier this morning, I shared a post on my community page of a dream that I had, like early this morning, and a lot has transpired since then. So I just wanted to do an actual video and put it all together in a video for you guys. So in the dream, I was putting flowers inside of a Jewish temple, and my sister-in-law Julie was with me. And she is the dead in Christ. She passed away several years ago. And it was like in the dream, nobody really thought I should bother to put flowers in this Jewish temple. Like there was no point to it. But nobody thought I should bother to do that. Like there was no point in doing that. Remember that. Determined to put flowers there. And everything was kind of like a shambles, and there was broken glass everywhere. So then I just checked my email after that, and I get certain emails for like Israeli news, and I received this email on Holocaust Memorial Day, talking about Holocaust Memorial Day, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? I just had a dream about, all this, like Israel, and then this other one I got, 5 things you may not know about Holocaust Memorial Day, and I'm like, Lord, what's going on? So then I looked up when is Holocaust Memorial Day, and it said it was Nisan 27, and then I put in when is Nisan 27. Well, apparently it was today, April 18th, 2023. So then I looked up Israel and broken glass, and this article came up. From November 9th to 10th, 1938, in an incident known as Kristallnacht, Nazis in Germany torched synagogues, vandalized Jewish homes, schools, and businesses, and murdered close to 100 Jews. In the aftermath of Kristallnacht, Crystal Night, or the Night of the Broken Glass, some 30,000 Jewish men were arrested and sent to Nazi concentration camps. German Jews have been subjected to repressive policies since 1933, when Nazi Party leader Adolf Hitler became Chancellor of Germany. So in the dream, there was broken glass everywhere. And I wanted to put flowers in this temple, synagogue. And that's what they did on that night, is they torched the synagogues, and there was broken glass everywhere. Okay, so this is the article I got today in my email. It's from the Times of Israel. With anti-Semitism surging, diaspora synagogues are afraid to mark Kristallnacht. So in my dream, where I was walking with my sister-in-law, the dead in Christ, she was walking right next to me. Nobody thought that I should bother to put these flowers in the synagogue. Like, there was no point in doing that. Like, they didn't want to do that, but I was determined to do it anyway. With anti-Semitism surging, diaspora synagogues are afraid to mark Kristallnacht. As Holocaust survivors reflect on October 7th and the global pogrom during Israel's war with Hamas, some Jewish communities avoid commemorating 85 years to the Night of Broken Glass. Jewish communities from South America to Europe are canceling plans to commemorate the 85th anniversary of Nazi Germany's Kristallnacht pogrom. Thursday night, due to surging anti-Semitism following the Hamas massacres of October 7th, the Times of Israel has learned. That day, Hamas terrorists infiltrated southern Israel by land, air, and sea in a shock assault and killed some 1,400 people, mostly civilians, amid acts of horrible cruelty. Over 240 people are now in captivity in Gaza, including dozens of children. In the wake of the invasion, Israel declared a war and vowed to destroy Hamas, which rules the Gaza Strip, where mounting casualties from the Israeli offensive have shifted public attention away from the October 7th massacres. Thousands of synagogues had planned to participate in an annual Israel-based Kristallnacht initiative called Light from the Synagogue, with congregations and Jewish organizations invited to keep their lights on all night to mark the German pogrom in which 99 Jews were murdered and 30,000 men sent to concentration camps. When we first started to plan how to adapt this beautiful project to Brazil, we were aiming for an interreligious effort, and said Hannah Nussbaum, a Holocaust educator based in São Paulo. However, due to the rise of anti-Semitism worldwide, we don't think the synagogues and other Jewish institutions would be comfortable with a physical demonstration of support that highlights their locations. Kristallnacht commemoration organizers in Los Angeles and New York City told the Times of Israel about bolstered security for synagogue gatherings set for Thursday evening. However, unlike Brazil, there were no reports that Kristallnacht gatherings were canceled in the U.S. so far. Marking this year's wartime commemoration, the iconic March of the Living program released testimonies of Holocaust survivors who reflected on anti-Semitism following the Hamas massacres of October 7th. I never thought in my life that something as terrible as now would happen again, said this person who survived Kristallnacht and later moved to Israel. As for the synagogues afraid to commemorate Kristallnacht this week, Light from the Synagogue organizer, Dalia Yohanan, said she was deeply upset by emails she received. I nearly cried when I read how many synagogues are afraid to share their locations, Yohanan told the Times of Israel. We thought those days would never come back. Although it appears that there have not been Kristallnacht cancellations in the U.S., that is not the case in Europe. In Groningen, the Netherlands, for example, an annual silent march for Kristallnacht was canceled due to fears that Palestinian supporters would find it provocative. We don't want the march to be viewed as a demonstration because it is not. Historians regard the Night of Broken Glass on November 9th through 10th, 1938, as a prelude to the Holocaust, as well as a test run for Hitler to gauge global reaction to his plans for Europe's Jews. With hundreds of American synagogues set to go forward with Kristallnacht programs on Thursday, some have committed to keep their lights on all night, as per the Israel-based initiative. For example, at Young Israel of Sharon, Massachusetts, a 90-minute Light from the Synagogue program will focus on our light having not been extinguished during the Holocaust or after the Hamas massacres. So I just wanted to put this out. I definitely feel like it's connected and is also a time marker to the nearness of the rapture, which is, I believe, why my sister-in-law, the dead in Christ, was walking with me. Please continue to pray for Israel and for the hostages to be released. All right, you guys, I love you. Hold fast.